on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to be doing today is finally installing the spoiler on my car. I mocked it up on the last video. One of the reasons why I didn't install completely last time is because I need to modify the hatch, and I need to cut like a channel in the hole so it can sit flush, as I mentioned in the past video. And also I needed to order, or I ordered a sheet of basically gasket material. I don't want to reuse any double-sided foam or double-sided 3M tape or anything like that. I feel like that thing's it's a real headache to remove. So I don't want to deal with that later down the line if I do have to remove the spoiler for whatever reason, which I don't think I ever will. But still, I don't like to use it, so I'm gonna make the modifications to the hatch or the trunk, and then I have to custom fit that gasket or cut it to the size of the post, so it looks like, you know, like it came with it. I have to start the painstaking process of removing this stuff here. It's gonna take a while. I kind of put this buffer wheel. It's not a buffer wheel. It's actually a 3M wheel. It's made for taking I guess residue or things like that off of car finishes, or I guess any kind of finish, right? But we use this on the S550 when we put on the diffuser. So I'm gonna use this. I imagine this is probably gonna take me like an hour or so. I don't know. I mean, it does take a while. So this is the gasket material that I bought. I got it on Amazon. I think I paid like $8 for this sheet. It's 12 by 12. I'm gonna have to cut it to fit the underneath part of the post. This is what's gonna lay between the post of the spoiler and the body itself. So, you know, like I said, I don't want to use this kind of material again. I just hate messing with it. And so it's gonna stay like that just until the time that I take the spoiler to get, or the entire car to get painted. I do have other parts that are coming in. One thing I can guarantee you is this car is going to get a lot uglier before it's looking correct. Okay guys, not sure if this is coming out on video, but you can see kind of like some smudge marks. That is any type of rubbing from the wheel. The buffing wheel. It's literally just residue still from the adhesive, so it's good at really taking off like the bulk. I mean, I said it was going to take an hour. It really took like not even 15 minutes to get all the bulk off, so it's going to be pretty easy now to I can just take like a rubbing compound like I've used in the past. So I got the bulk of it off already, so what I'm going to do now is basically get a rubbing compound, buff all that out, and then I'm going to start modifying this. This is the hole right here that I need to modify. These two on each side, so I'm going to put a channel in it that runs down this way. Not sure how it's going to be a 3/8 of an inch or a 1/4 inch or what, but I just need it to so that the post, because it touches this panel and this panel. Right now, the way it is, it sits like that with the gap because this hole is too far up. So once I make that channel, it'll actually let it sit flush like that, so it's touching both sides of this panel correctly. So anyways, that's going to be the next step after I buff it. Okay guys, so what I'm going to be doing, so I'm going to be using this tool right here. This is my Dremel tool. This is like a cutting tool that's on there, and then this is it's number 194. It's basically a cylinder, a carving cylinder. So the thought process behind that is, so this is what I'm trying to accomplish here. And the reason why I want to use this this cutting tool here is because I want to do cut like a pilot line. Kind of like the thought process with a pilot hole for a drill, but this is going to be like a pilot line. And the reason why I want to do this is I feel like I'll have more control when I go to use this, because I feel like if I just use this and it's having to take all the material out of this channel, I might have some spinning, you know what I mean, because it's trying to grab all the material. But I feel like if I do a pilot line cutout with this, then this tool, the carving tool, will just be taken off the edges as I cut back. So that's my thought process behind that, to kind of elongate this hole a little bit so that the post sits flush. but I've never done it before, so we'll see if it works out. So this is a view of what I'm looking at with the post on there. That's why I need to elongate that hole so it'll come back and sit flush. I'm thinking, honestly, I don't know, maybe like a 3/8 of an inch to start out with. I'm really just going to be taking a little bit of material at a time until it sits in there. This is a bolt from the other part of the post. So I mean, it's the same width as the fixed post, so I'm putting it in there just to check. And I mean, it's super snug. I mean, that's exactly how I want it to be. Now I just got to make sure, I got to test. So I've got the width that I want, right? But I just want to make sure that I've got the depth here going this way so I can get it to sit flush. So I'm going to keep working on that, and I'm going to keep testing the post until it sits flush, and then start on the other side. So there's where I am now. As you can see, it's moving back further and further. So this gap here, I'm almost flush. It's definitely a lot more than 3/8 of a quarter, but I'm thinking I'm taking probably at least a 1/2 inch of material, at least to to carve out that channel. But I mean, it's actually pretty easy. I'm just going really slow. I don't want to take off too much material. So yeah. Okay guys, you can see here I've taken off some more material, continue to take off material. I'm almost there. I mean, there's just this, I don't know if it's coming out in the camera, but maybe like 1/16 of an inch, so not much. So I'm going really slow at this point. Again, I don't want to take out too much material, but I mean, I'm pretty much there as far as getting this gap eliminated where it's sitting flush all the way to the top. So just a little bit more. Alright guys, so there you go. So I have the holes cut that I wanted, this one, and there's the other one. All I have to do now is there's the mounting bolt that bolts down here closer to the edge of the trunk. I'm going to mark those off and then drill those. The thing I did want to mention was that when you are drilling out those canals or whatever, the channels, I put, there's this big gap here, or an access hole, so you can screw in or screw off the spoiler. I went ahead and taped those off because I was actually getting a bunch of metal shavings inside the car. Just keep that in mind. Just make sure you do that before you start cutting those channels. Okay guys, so I just put the spoiler back on. It's not screwed in or anything, but I wanted to put it in so I can get an exact location or the setting for the posts with the way they're going to sit, so when I drill out the bottom hole. And the reason why I did that is because without the spoiler I guess put together, it has some play left and right, maybe about a 1/4 inch, and I don't want that play. I want to make sure that this this hole, once I get it in there, there's no, it's really exact. So anyways, that's why the spoiler's on here. I'm going to tape off some reference points and kind of go from there. Okay, so these are the holes that are on the bottom or the post. I don't know why it's like that. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, this one is a fixed screw. That's the one that we drill at the channel for. So anyways, this is the one that's on the bottom. So I'm basically going to try and get somewhere centered. This isn't looking actually entirely centered, and I'm looking at it from left to right. So I got an idea to be able to get that exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna get that marked out, and then I can start drilling. So I already have this one marked out. Basically what I'm doing is I'm running my finger in there and making the crease where you can see the recess of where the hole's at, and then I'm just tracing around that. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of getting, I don't know if this is coming out in the camera, but you can see the indentation. And then I'm just going to trace around that, and then I should be able to just transfer that over there, and then do a pilot hole. All right, so this is the piece of tape that I just marked off the reference points. So pretty much while I had it over there on the post, I marked some reference lines here and there, so I would know exactly where the edges are on this piece of tape. And then of course that's the tracing that I did for where the hole is on the actual post. So should be able to drill right through that, and this should be pretty exact. I'm going to do that one first, and then go on and do the other side. So I have the hole drill for that. I'm gonna put this spoiler back on just as a test fit to make sure that this side is good to go, and then I'll drill the hole for the next side. So that fit perfect. It's super tight. The hole is exact where it needed to be. So I'm gonna do the exact. I'm gonna replicate what I just did here over there, and the installation part of this bad boy should be done. Like I said, I'm going to take it off after I get done, buff out all the glue, the residue, give the car a wash, and then yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out. You might notice I marked these here with my painter's tape as red R here for right, and then the other side left. And the reason I did that is because when I was just trying to cut out the channel for these posts are not, what am I trying to say, interchangeable or whatever. They're very specific. Like this side goes only on the right side, and that only goes on the left side. So I just wanted to make sure I was using the right post on, you know, the given side. Okay guys, there it is. It's fully set. The only thing I have to do now is cut that gasket material, and then once I have that cut, I can lay that between the post and the body, and then, well, permanently screw it on for now. Like I said, I have to have all these holes fixed when it gets painted, but I mean, you guys get the gist. The thing looks really cool. It's really nice and plush here. That's what I was going for. Okay guys, so this is that gasket that I bought. It's a sheet. I got it from Amazon. It's 12 by 12. So this you see this like a shiny material. It's just the film that you'll take off. It's front and back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the width of the bottom of the post here, and then I'm going to just cut that width lengthwise, and then I'll probably cut it like a little hole so I can just set it on there so I can put it on here flush. And then I'm going to take a pen or something just to kind of mark it. I'm going to take one of my box cutters with the new blade or something just so it's real sharp. What I'm trying to avoid is getting, I don't think I'll use scissors because I don't want to get that kind of choppiness you get, and I want it to be real smooth on the edges. So I'm going to use a blade or X-Acto knife or something. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a strip. I'm going to put a little hole in it just so I can put it flush on here because this bolt is fixed. You can't take it off. So I'm going to push it on there, lay it flat, kind of do my markings, and then take it off and put it on a flat surface. And then I'm gonna cut the gasket out. So I'm gonna do that for both sides. Okay, so here it is. The gasket's cut. Kind of cheated. So there it is like that, right? I just need to cut the hole here for that bolt. The wife is sewing something right now, and she has this table with these grid lines and this real sharp rolling tool. Kind of looks like a pizza cutter, and so I just had her throw it on there, and she cut it perfect. So anyways, it looks really good. It's ready to go. I just gotta, like I said, I gotta cut the hole on this one and then the other one for the bolt that goes in here, and I can pretty much install it. And this is gonna keep the body from getting scratched, from making contact with these posts, but also it's gonna act like a weather barrier, so when I get water, it's not gonna get under here and go into these the holes of the trunk lid. So warm, holy moly donut shop. It is hot here in Texas. It's 11 o'clock, and honestly it's not that hot, but I know it is going to be hot. We're supposed to get over triple digits today, so I took the car out since I got it finished yesterday evening, and I wanted to just get it give it a quick wash, but here it is. This thing looks, it's mounted on there now. It's not just mocked up, obviously, but it looks great. One of the things I'm gonna have to contend with for a little bit are these. You can see these pieces of tape. It's basically painter's tape. It's pretty waterproof and temporary, won't leave any marks or too much residue, so I decided to put those on there for when I do go get the car washed. They'll probably stay there until the deck lid gets painted. So either way, I mean, it's not too bad. At least the holes are covered up so that no rain or just gunk gets in there. So, but yeah, man, my impression about this thing hasn't changed. I love it. It has such an aggressive look. But even beyond that, even beyond just aggressive, it really, it enhances the lines of the car. I mean, it looks beautiful, man. I don't know how else to say it, but I really love this wing. I've been eyeballing this wing forever. I mean, forever. Since I think the day I got the car, I started looking for things that I wanted to add to the car visually, and this hood, or not the hood, but the spoiler, this is just the one that I knew I was going to get. It's beautiful. Ingen does a really great job. I mean, the carbon fiber weave is just pretty flawless. I mean, it just looks, it's great. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This is gloss, this is dry carbon. Well, I don't even know if it's dry carbon, but it's definitely, it's like a flat, more of a matte looks, and it gives it a nice contrast either way. So I love it. This looks really good. I can't wait to get started on the rest of it. I really appreciate you guys watching again. Thank you so much.
instead.